Welcome to the LeadHer Shift podcast. This is what I like to call a safe space. A space for bold women building their power, presence, and purpose from the inside out. A space where we explore what it means to lead with clarity, courage, and conviction. So, wherever you are in the world, hey, I'm your host, Aliane Oliver, and I am super honored that you're tuning in today. So, welcome, Andrea, to the LeadHer Shift podcast. This is a space where we're going to learn so much more about you and what you have going on. I know that you're a marketing professional, you have branding behind your name, you run a luxury studio for branding and marketing, which I'm so excited about, and you're the founder of Jove. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, that's perfectly
So
fine.
excited. So I want to kind of delve in, want you to introduce yourself to the audience as well. But in doing so, I want to delve into what brought you to branding and marketing. Why this field?
So, first of all, thank you for having me today, Elian. Um, my name is Andrea Uchar. I know my last name is a little bit hard to
Girl.
pronounce, but we are going there. And about my marketing journey, it was, you know, hard. So I came in this point, and it was actually not something that I chose.
Okay.
Um, to be in this field of premium and luxury branding and marketing. It was a demand
Okay.
from my clients, actually,
Ah,
because first of all, I envisioned Jove as Gen Z branding studio. So it was
right.
totally the opposite of what I'm presenting now.
Right.
And I saw it as, popping colors, Gen Z trends, and everything related to this field.
Nice.
But all my clients were coming towards me for luxury and premium services.
Mm,
So from this, I had to rebrand myself in this field and provide what they asked for.
right.
Yes, so I went for a minimalist look as well for my brand and a premium feeling.
Nice. So I find that so interesting, because, when we get into business, we kind of have an idea of what our vision is. We have an idea of how we want to be and who we want to serve. And it's so interesting that you started to have clients, but your clients needed you to shift what you were serving
Okay.
them. And I find that very, very admirable that you recognize that because most entrepreneurs, especially women, may not like diverting or shifting how they show up because they're like, no. And you kind of stick so strong to your idea because you're like, no, this is my idea. This is my baby. This is what has to happen. But you decided, no, I'm flexible enough, I'm adaptable enough to listen to my clients and understand what they are asking for and to deliver. What created that mindset for you? Like, why get to a place where you're like, no, I'm willing to shift, I'm willing to adapt? Where did that come from for you?
I had like such a long journey
Right.
to come to this point because I totally shift my life path multiple times until
Right.
now. Even though I'm not even 27 now,
Nice.
I worked in so many domains and I tried so many things until I found out what fits for me the best.
Right. Right.
And I'm saying this because I finished Academy of Economic Studies, so
Nice.
something not so creative if you ask
I
me, but
mean, you need it for everything, I'm sure. Yeah.
but business related.
That's right.
And I had such a long path until I came to this creative agency because since childhood I was a creative kid, and I heard this from everyone around me, basically
Right.
from my parents, from my teachers, from everyone that I was in contact with. I was singing, acting, and do everything related to the creative field and nothing to the mathematics, but still I
Mm.
finished in a field totally non-creative related, if I can say this. So, yes, it was a long path. At
Mm.
21, I had my first, let's say, management role,
Okay. Nice.
and it was in a complete, total domain, total different domain, and that was in a logistics company,
Right.
which it's quite big. And it was crazy because I was not prepared for that job, if you ask me. But people saw potential in me and they said, okay, I think you can try to do this.
Right.
But the pressure was so high on me that it came as a burden, and as not
Mm.
as an opportunity for me.
Right.
Yes, and I tried to do things correct, but I cannot say I failed, but maybe I didn't perform at my full potential back
Right.
then.
Yeah.
So I had to learn everything from mistakes.
Yes. And I think it's super important to learn from mistakes. I don't think enough people do. I think I feel like enough people don't. But I'm so intrigued by the fact that at 21, can we just clap for that a little bit? Like at 21, you were management at a logistics firm, right? And I'm so intrigued by that in the sense that yes, people saw potential in you, but you still had to say yes. You still had to agree to start, right? And you might even think, based on your background, based on the studies and know what you're doing, that they're completely different areas of applicancy, but they all matter to business. What are some of the things you took away from that management role that you currently use today in your own business?
So actually, the whole process, it was a little bit crazy because it was the pandemic when I
Right.
finished my university, and it actually came from a place where I was afraid that I will not find a job. And
Mm.
I
Mm.
just applied to multiple companies,
Right.
and exactly the biggest one that I didn't expect it to take me, they took me and they said, okay, it looks like you're prepared enough to do this.
Mm.
And because I also had some background in logistics, I mean, it
Nice.
didn't come all of a sudden from nothing. But I just, thought, and I was so into the fact that I would probably not find anything during this period of time.
Right.
And I still managed to do this. And to be honest, I wasn't prepared that much back then. And I had to learn everything from scratch,
Mm.
how to talk with people, how to present myself, how to go out there and take everything as a leader.
Right.
Because I was not a leader. I was not even prepared 1% for what
Mm.
was coming for. And I was also studying a master in logistics back then. So after I
Nice.
finished university, I went for a master as well. And I had to close one laptop, which was the work laptop, and open the other one to do my homeworks and my things.
Busy.
It was so stressful.
I could imagine. And so you talked about so many things just now that I really want to hone in on. The fact that you were studying while doing this job, needing to understand how to lead others and to lead in your own work, and at the same time, still lead yourself. So, still be able to study, still be able to concentrate on what tasks you had to do, etc. What was that like? And if you look back, what would you change? If anything, you may not change anything at all.
It was good because it was an experience for me. And
Mm.
learned how to manage better the stress and how to say no to things and to put boundaries, because that was the
Mm,
most important thing that I learned from it, to put boundaries.
mm,
And I say this because I was not able to sleep at some point without pills. So it was
right.
that bad.
Yeah,
That kind of stress, because first of all, again, it was pandemic, so I couldn't leave the house.
right,
uh, I had to study, I had to work and manage everything, and it was not an easy job. I had people calling me at 9 p.m. asking me for things randomly,
right.
or tests at university that I had to attend. So it was clearly not an easy job for me and not an easy period for me, but it shaped me to be a better version of myself.
Yeah. And to be in a place where you want to do well. You're
Yes.
still understanding, you're still learning and trying to understand your own life, let alone someone else's business. And you're going through that level of stress and I could imagine sleepless nights and whatever the case is, right? So what advice would you give to a woman who is, or a young girl who is now kind of having that battle where they have to figure out their own journey? They have to make decisions about, is it study or is it work or is it both? What advice do you think you could give to
To be
someone who might
honest,
be listening right now?
just to try to do
Mm,
things. It doesn't matter if you do it right or not. You just have to present yourself, do it, push yourself. And if it's not for you, just change it. By the end of the day, we
mm,
are not limited to a path. You can try
right.
multiple things until you find your way. You don't have to stick with something, even though you hate it, because
Yeah,
maybe it can be a field that you are really not suitable in. And
right.
you don't have to stay there just to stay.
Mm,
You can try multiple things. I switched my life path, I don't know, like 10 times until now. Because after logistics, I switched and I worked in accounting. So
okay. Okay.
it was again something totally different.
Right.
And until I always knew that I'm a creative person, but I tried other things too.
Mm,
I had maybe an old mentality from my parents or from people around me, that with a creative mindset, you cannot do a lot of things and you cannot
right.
have a good salary or provide, good things for the people around you.
Yeah.
And there were more of conservative
Yes.
working jobs as accounting or doctors or lawyers, or that was the plan, the
Yeah,
classic
yeah,
plan.
yeah, yeah.
And I was maybe afraid in the beginning to try something like what I do now,
Mm,
just with the thought that I might fail
right.
and it would not be seen as a real job.
Yes, there's that.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think
So
our family and society has such a massive role to play in the lives of all of us, but especially in the lives of women, because I think we get boxed into what we're supposed to be doing, as opposed to what truly we deep down inside want to and desire to do. You couldn't fight the creative part of you. You can't trick yourself essentially, right? So you could go and do many jobs, but you can't trick your mind. You can't trick your soul. You can't trick your inner desires, right? And so I'm going to ask, is there any one or many different persons or mentors virtually, I don't know, who inspired you to do something different beyond what your culture or your family or society was saying? Is there anyone that really sparked that in you?
to be honest, not necessarily. I don't have like a person that I'm following, but
Right.
it was deep inside me. I knew that those were not my places, and I knew that I
Right.
want to do something by myself. I knew that I want
Mm.
to create something, but I had the vision. I always thought that my 9 to 5 jobs were temporarily until I would have
Yes.
found my big idea that would give me the opportunity to start something by myself. And
Mm.
this is why I tried so many things. First of all, to learn something from them, and second of all, to wait to have that big idea, to
Mm.
have that, moment to say that, that's it, I will start it now. And
Mm.
that happened eventually, as you can see.
Yeah.
But it took time. There are some people, finding their paths since they are child, like kids,
Right.
but there are other people who need to try things
Yeah.
and see if they are fitting or not in the environment. So I was the second one.
I totally agree. I think everyone's journey is completely different. And we get filled with so much information on social media about how our path is supposed to look, but no one's path is ever going to look the same, you know? And I think we don't give ourselves enough credit to explore new things and to see new places and to engage with new people so that we could discover what we actually like and don't like, or what we need to learn or don't learn, you know? And so I am so proud of you. I'm proud. Yeah, I'm proud of you for like stepping out and shifting different career paths, but also it was almost like pieces of the puzzle because all the what from at least from what I am hearing,
Yeah,
all of the different jobs that you would have done fit so perfectly into what you're doing now because you need accounting for business, you need
exactly.
logistics for business, you need communication for business, you need
Yeah.
leadership for business. Like, I mean, you got the sweet spot. you know, you got to learn from good spaces so that you could create something magical for yourself. So kudos to you for that. I think many can learn from that, on your journey. You're still young too. You're amazingly young. So what do you envision your studio to be, let's say 5, 10 years from now?
Oh, to be honest, I have multiple ideas, but
Okay.
I don't know exactly where it will go because right now I'm experiencing with AI and we are creating some interesting projects, me and my husband. He's doing the website parts,
Nice.
the background because I'm more of the visual
Yes.
person and he's more on like the background of the business and working on
Mm-hmm.
the development of the websites, and I do the design for the websites. And now we are doing something really interesting, an AI app with stock
Nice.
images, but more in a visual way. Because, there are the big platforms like Midjourney or
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT that you have to have a subscription and they have limited type of images. And sometimes maybe you don't like the images that ChatGPT or Midjourney is creating it. And
Mm-hmm.
this website that we are working on now, it's allowing you basically to search a keyword like, I don't know, Pilates,
Right.
and it will give you AI stock images created by us in that specific field. So
Nice.
I think it's a cool project.
Yeah, I think so
They're
too. And
coming.
and I think every business needs to start thinking how to incorporate AI in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
I don't think we're taking it as seriously, and most persons are using it as a search engine only and not
Yeah.
as a way to develop their own business. So kudos to you for that. I'm really interested. So is it with your husband? Your husband, was he originally a part of the company, or is it a case where he joined on after seeing the great things you're doing?
To be honest, he's part of it without him wanting it.
As it should be, as it should
As
be,
it should be, exactly. Like,
as it should
uh,
be.
I have more projects than I expected.
Yeah.
Actually, as I told you, I was working in a corporate job, but I hate it, so I wanted myself to go and to create something by myself. And I just thought, I will just try, even though I'm working a 9 to 5 job, to
Yeah.
do this. And I didn't even expect it to have clients, to be honest
Nice.
with you, because when you start a business, you don't expect to have
Yes.
success. You
Yeah.
just like, I will just try and I will see what is happening after.
Right.
And to be honest, I was overwhelmed and I wanted a second opinion as well. And to whom should I go, right? To
I
my husband.
mean,
And
your in-house best friend, basically,
yes, yes.
Exactly.
So he's part of it without him wanting per se, but he's also enjoying. He's again not working in this domain, but it's passion that he have
Yeah.
because he is working as accounting manager. So again, nothing related to
Nice.
it. Yes, so he's helping. He's a really helpful guy here in the house.
I love that. I love that for not just you, but I love that you can showcase that while you have your own dreams and direction, and while you are building your own chat or charting your own path forward, you have a partner that is right there along with you, not just supporting, but being hands-on in the vision, right? My husband too, he doesn't know it, but he just gets involved in anything I do, right? And I think that is a compliment in terms of you're a partnership, not just in marriage, but in everything you do, right? And so that's amazing. Hold on to him. Yeah, no, treasure each other because this world is hard enough as it is, and if you have a person right by your side supporting your dreams, kudos to him for doing that. But what would you say to those who don't have that partner, who don't have that support system, who may not even have family that believe in the direction they're going? Like what should that woman do?
They just have to trust themselves enough. You don't need
Mm,
an exterior person to hype you because by the end of the day, when I was 21, I didn't have my husband, or when
right.
I went through so many things, I didn't have my husband by my side. Unfortunately, I wished I had him, but I was all alone, so I had to
Yeah.
cope with it alone. And even though it was a stressful period, it shaped me to be a better version of myself. So
Yeah.
that bring me in the current position.
Yeah.
And this is why I said in the beginning that they should just try. Even though you don't have support from people around you, you have to try so you find your own path. By the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest now. I had friends that they didn't even liked my posts or they didn't
Mm,
even, give me one message to say, you do a great job, I believe in you. But I still managed it. You don't need anyone
yeah.
to believe in yourself to fulfill your goal or to have your dream business. You
Yeah.
just need to go and present yourself to the world. And look, even if you get just one person who likes your posts or to buy your product, it's enough. That
Yeah.
means you do something correct for one person,
Yeah.
and more will come. You will improve, and all the success businesses are starting like this. They don't have
Mm,
millions of followers, of millions of customers. You
yeah.
just have to start in
Yeah.
order to see results.
I totally agree. And you see what you said there? Trust yourself. I think as women, we we don't have that picture in our mind. We don't believe that we are even capable. And even what you said there in terms of big companies start small and don't start off with the million followers or don't start off with the big, following. And we fail to remember that because, of course, we only know them now when they're big, right? And
Yeah.
so, what is your guidance to other women out there who have not started? They're still in corporate. They may not even want to start a business at all, but there's this self-doubt about how their career path could go or their journey could go. There's this inner disbelief that they're worthy of a bigger salary, they're worthy of more perks, they should be the leader that is managing the department, for example. Like, how do they get out of that mindset? What are some things you think could work for them to lead their own life?
So, to be honest, I had to be uncomfortable with my
Mm,
reality. So, I changed this. I changed my own reality because I was uncomfortable with the current situation. I
mm,
when you're good, when you're in a good place, you don't feel like you want to make changes because you're
true.
comfortable with your current reality. So you don't want something better. You're okay, you have an okay salary, you have maybe, I don't know, a husband, a kid, and you don't want more. You're fine with
Mm,
what you have. But when you're put in a situation that you literally hate every morning,
yeah.
to open your laptop, to go to work, to do some tasks that you're not comfortable to do them anymore, then you say, okay, I will just switch it. I have nothing to lose. So they
Mm,
have to be in a position that they feel that they don't have anything to lose to change something in their reality. And
mm,
this is what happened with me too. I actually moved in a new country 2 years ago.
mm-hmm.
I am from Romania and I moved to Switzerland
Nice.
because I got married again and I had to switch my whole life. Because with my past life, I am saying past life because I was again totally doing something that is not marketing related.
Mm-hmm.
I was working in Big Four in audit.
Nice.
And this is where I met my husband as well. So again, as you said, it was like a puzzle for me. The whole
Mm,
life, it arranged it in such a way that I am becoming a better version of myself.
right.
And I moved to Switzerland. I worked in another company, again, finance related, and I hate every minute. I hated it. I
Mm,
didn't want it to go to work anymore. And I had to do something.
right.
I came to the point to say that, you know what, I don't want to go there anymore. I want to do something bigger. I want to present myself to the world and to present my ideas to the world by the end of the day because I had that creativity. I had that, um, let's say, bold feeling in me, but I was not motivated enough. And once I had that job that I didn't like, I said, okay, I will just try. Let's see what can happen from here. So that's my advice as well. If you're not uncomfortable enough, you will not make a change.
Hmm. So discomfort predates shifting or changing something in order for you to see the growth that you need to lead yourself. Got it. Got it. You got to get uncomfortable, ladies. You got to get uncomfortable. And when you do get uncomfortable, do something about it to change that uncomfortability. So, talk to me a little bit about business. Have you really been successful in business to your standards? Because success looks different to everyone, right? And what would you say are like two of the key things that are important to leading a successful business?
So, as you said, successful, it's different from person to person. And for me to be successful, it's to have freedom, not to have
Mm,
money. So, yeah, clearly money helps as well, don't get me wrong.
absolutely.
Yes, I don't pay my bills with, I don't know, air, but success means to have the freedom to do my program as I want. And
Mm,
I mean, now I work much more than I used to work in a 9 to 5 job, but I'm positive that at some point I will be able to manage to do my program more freely.
Right.
Yes, but I enjoy much more what I do now than my corporate job. So I can see this as a success too.
Yes, most definitely. Even being happier, being at
Yes,
peace, being content with who you are in the moment, not having to build an empire for someone. Like there's so much that creates success. I think we bought success into dollars and cents and not into our own fulfillment. And it's actually a little silly, really, because we tie a lot of how we are as individuals to a title and to a position and to like
yes,
which company are we working for. And most person, well, no, I can't say most, but quite a few are actually not happy. Not happy,
yes,
even though they have the title, the position, the CEO this, and the management this, and the leader this. They're not happy with the company culture. They're not happy with the team dynamics. It's like crazy how we tie so much importance to of who we are to those things, yet persons are living day to day and not really happy. What
exactly.
what keeps you happy?
I mean, I have my moments too, as
Yeah.
everyone, but it just makes me happy that I tried to do Jove and I have clients, and it makes me happy to see that I'm helping people to achieve their dreams. And whenever I see my clients happy with their results, I'm happy too. It
Mm,
just a reminder for me that I'm doing what I do good and I'm on the right path. It's not about money per se, but also the feeling that I have from doing this.
mm,
And for me, it's good so far. It makes me feel like I have purpose
right.
because working in a big corporate job, like as you said, manager or climbing the corporate ladder can feel a little bit
Mm.
overwhelming. And you might think that, I'm just another employee. If I die tomorrow, there's
You're gonna be
nothing that
replaced in 2 seconds.
exactly. Yeah. So at Jove, I feel like I can put my creativity out there and help people, but real, not just on
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, real
And
help.
just seeing the projects, like what I have in my mind, putting them uh, online, it's crazy to see. I created this, I created that, a travel company, I don't know, fashion brand,
I love that.
jewelry brand. It's crazy, crazy because I know that I made that logo or I choose that color palette or it's just fulfilling.
Nice. And one of the things I think for at least in my journey of entrepreneurship that I've recognized is that I love that no 2 days are the same.
Yes.
I love that I'm not just repeating the cycle in the rat race over and over, Monday to Friday. I love that. And while business isn't easy and it is also more hours, so for anybody out there thinking of having a business, more hours because you got to put in the work, especially at the front end of the business. When you get the results, so like how you said, when you see the logo or when you see the branding material and the different things, you're like, that's what it's
I
about.
get
And you
the
feel so
feeling.
proud of yourself?
Yeah, exactly. This feeling I have, like it might be more work that I used to do in the
Right.
past for any corporate job, but it's more fulfilling. I mean, I feel much better now than if I would have still work in my corporate job.
Yeah.
And again, it's not every time about money,
Yeah.
because I was earning the best that I was ever earning in my life, but I felt miserable. I
Mm.
really felt miserable. The
Mm.
moment I just said, you know what, it's not everything about money and I need a purpose in life. And I tried to put myself out there and be a little bit uncomfortable with starting a business and talk with the clients and have meetings and one-on-ones, I just saw that it's not as bad as I thought,
Mm-hmm.
and I can manage it, you know?
Yeah,
Yes, so I think it's just about being present and find your purpose.
that's
It's,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Because money isn't everything. Money is
Yeah.
not, I mean, it's surely useful.
Yes.
We all need it, but it's not everything. And when you get to a point of realizing that not every paycheck is worth, your sanity, your unhappiness, your comfort zone. Not every paycheck is worth that. Even clients, some clients I just fire because it's just not worth the energy that they bring to the table. You kind of get a sense of how much more you could accomplish because money exists in the world. There's no lack of it, right? It's just a matter of which pocket of which pot am I gonna get?
Yeah.
Um, let's track back to the young you, the
Sure.
9, 10-year-old you. If she were to come in the room right now, what would she say? How would she feel? Would she be proud of you?
She would probably say, God damn, you're so cool.
I
And
love
I'm
that.
not even exaggerating because I didn't even thought of me doing this. So probably I
Yeah,
would think I'm quite cool.
that is awesome.
And just like thinking that I moved in another country, I switched my life, I switched so many jobs, I learned so many things. She would be like, okay, you're my role model now. I can learn so
Oh,
many
love
things
that.
about everything from you.
I
Yes,
love that. I love that.
I really think this, if you ask me now.
I love that. I love because the thing is, when we grow up as little girls, we have some what people call big dreams.
Yeah.
But even with those big dreams, there are things we could have literally never imagined. Like we just don't know what we don't know, right? And so to look back at our past and to think about what we would have dreamt about and then to see and live our reality, it makes it feel so much bigger because we know we've accomplished so much more, you know? Is is there a part of you in any part of your journey that you feel like maybe I should have made a different decision?
If you would have asked me this last year, or
Mm.
actually 2 years ago, I would have said yes. I
Okay.
hate it, so I need to switch ASAP my path. But now
Mm.
I would say that I'm on a right track because
Mm.
even though I might still make mistakes, I don't see it as a mistake per se. I see it like
Yeah,
an opportunity to improve myself. So
that's right.
I don't take it as personal as I used to take it because in the past, anytime that I would have made a mistake, I would have saw myself as a failure. And
Mm.
right now, when I do a mistake or if the things are not going as I'm planning to, I'm taking a break and I'm thinking, okay, what can I improve to make myself better? Or
Right.
what did I've done wrong in that situation? What I could
Right.
have done to make it better or
Mm.
to be in my favor. And I really don't see anything now as a step back.
Yeah.
So if something is not working, I either have to improve it or either have to leave it like this
Yeah.
and not imply myself in it. As you said that you had to let go of some clients,
Yeah.
I had this as well because crazy it's how the people that expect to pay you less, they are expecting from you to work more for them.
More. Okay.
Exactly.
Like what?
Yeah, I want premium, but with $5 if you
Oh,
get it.
right. Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely not. No.
Yes, and
Hmm.
sleepless nights. And I received calls at 10 in the night
Oh,
for such small things. Exactly.
absolutely. No.
So I had to learn to put boundaries in this. So
Yeah.
this I don't see it as mistakes. I see it as, you know, I have to put boundaries and to learn how to talk with people from now on
Yeah.
and not to accept everything. So,
Not to accept everything, but you see what you said there is so powerful. Setting boundaries. And I think generally we think of boundaries as just about other people. We think of
yeah,
boundaries as like a barrier between us and them. I think it's super important to set boundaries for yourself because let me tell you, if you don't have your own standards of how you do things or what you would accept or don't accept, then other people could penetrate that boundary that you haven't, you know.
exactly. Yeah,
I think that's super important.
true. Because you can allow things to a person. If you allow something to a person from the beginning, they will want more and more and more. And if you put a boundary and say, look, those are my working hours. I'm not working during the weekends.
Yeah,
I don't know, this is my service price. If you accept it, it's okay. If not, you're free to go because my prices are made for my working hours. Like if I work 10 hours on something, I cannot tax you $5
that's
clearly
right.
because there are 10 hours of work. And I work to create a luxury or premium brand. It's not just the visuals, it's an emotion because luxury branding or premium branding, it's not just how a product look
Yeah.
or how you present yourself online. It's psychology, it's brand psychology, it's
Mm,
how you make the people feel when they look at your product or when they see your business. It's so much more work. And a lot of people do not understand what branding is.
no.
And that is not just visuals, it's so much work behind.
Yeah. And it
So,
and it probably takes a lot of research,
yes,
understanding different personalities based on
yeah,
who's the target audience, the colors that are used and what mood that could create for
yeah,
a client observing that knows nothing about the brand. Like branding takes a whole world of itself and is the starting point as far as I see it, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but is the starting point of the culture of the company, right? It kind of
exactly. You're
sets the
totally right.
tone, for like how
Yes.
employees feel working here, how customers will feel approaching the company, and
It's from the small detail to the biggest detail. And
yeah,
most of the people that are most of my customers, some of them they don't have actually the vision of the company itself, and there are things that they don't think from the beginning that are important. And this is why like I'm creating with them a process, and this process is shaped on their personality because you
right,
cannot make a brand with my personality. You cannot
right,
leave me to do whatever I want on your
yeah,
business because I have a vision, you have a different vision from me.
that's right,
So I am asking them some strategic questions that I have to shape their brands on their response. So it's not so easy as it looks like. How hard it can be. You're just opening Canva,
right.
you're typing there something, you find something visual, nice, and that's it. That's the whole branding. It's so
Mm.
much work. And I just love everything about it.
I love that, I love that you love what you're doing, but I also love that you take intimate time to just not just do the work, but understand what others need in the process before you're doing it and while you're doing it. And I think it really is a really good example of how you're leading in your own business, where you're appreciating that everybody has their own viewpoint of what they want to see, and you're basically taking what their little world is in their mind and bringing it to life. It's how I envision it. And so, you know, not everybody thinks that way. Some people think is a client. So if they pay me, I'll just spend the money. Some other branding professionals,
Yeah.
might look at it as, oh, most clients don't know what they want anyway, so I'll just go ahead and do what I need to do. And so it's really admirable that there's integrity from what I'm
Yeah, I
hearing in
think
your work. Yeah,
that's part of the business as well. Like, I cannot shape a brand identity of something that you don't have a vision for.
that's
So this
it.
is why I'm doing like a whole set of questions for the person to understand better also what they want. So all my annoying questions from the beginning when I work with the client, it's just for them to see how their vision it will look like after we work together. So it's based on this because again, if you put me in front of a fashion brand, I might have something different in mind. But you have a piece of personality that I think it's so important to put in your business.
That's
So
it.
it's
That's
like the
hmm Oh,
soul of the business, that you have to present. So this is exactly what I do. It's to know you as a human and put that emotion in your brand.
that's exactly spot on. And I think it's really challenging though that as a business owner, as a woman in business, I should say, as a woman in leadership, I feel
Yeah.
like it's really challenging to help others to understand our vision the way how we would want it to be presented. And it's really challenging for others to understand and appreciate why we do the things we do, why we take the care that we take. Because let's be honest. I mean, let's be honest. Not every woman is the same, yes, but most women by nature are nurturers. We put a lot of our heart and soul into things that we do. And so, but it's not always appreciated. What's your thoughts on that?
That's clearly you cannot make everyone happy, but
Mm.
you don't have to speak with everyone. You have to speak with the ones that really matters.
Mm.
So you cannot um, make everyone agree with you, but you can create a community that has the same mentality as you. So you don't have to see it as a step back. You have to see it as, you know, I have my people, kinda. So I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, you have your people, but not every client.
You don't you don't have to have everyone.
Yeah. I think that
Exactly. You don't
I
have
think I think that's the main thing. You don't have to have everyone. And sorry, my camera is just playing its own
to.
thing. But you don't have to have everyone, but at the same time, the ones that you do have that do get it, I think it's super important to hold on to them, to have
Yes.
them be your champions, to have them kind of be like, you know what? If you don't have her as your branding professional, you are wasting time, and let them be the ones kind
Yeah.
of sharing the brilliance that you bring to the table.
Yes, clearly, like the persons who are coming to be your client, they need to be happy with the work that you provide to them and to the services that you provide. So, like this, it's all about networking. If I communicate now with you and you're happy with my services and with what I offer to you, then you will go and talk with your friends that I did a great job.
That's
And
right.
in business, it's about networking. Like again, I wouldn't have succeed if uh, my friends would have been my clients, for
Mm.
example. I mean, I don't know, I'm not talking about other people, but I'm talking about just me in this situation. Because I told you, like, I was not hyped
Right.
from a lot of people that I didn't expect it, but I still managed, from networking, from connecting with people that have the same vision as me. So again, even though there are maybe people around you that are not okay with what you're doing or they don't like what you do, There are a lot of people out there. We are so many people on this planet, and
Let me tell
it's
you,
so,
billions.
yes, it is so impossible not to find your crew, you
Yeah, your
know?
tribe. Listen, I
Yeah.
I don't know which it was a podcast or a video that I was watching of one of the mentors that I really, hold on to closely. And she was mentioning that a lot of the times as women, we tend to post or put ourselves out there
Yeah,
for our friends to like it, for our family to, it's almost like we're seeking approval from the people
exactly.
around us, as opposed to, I am
Yeah.
posting for the client and my content is not for you. Okay. My content is not for you. So if you like it or don't like it, it's fine. Because I need to attract those who would actually want to be in this space. And
Yeah,
you are not my ideal avatar. I'm so sorry to say, you know?
totally correct. Yeah. Like you don't have to post for your family and friends.
Yeah,
Like at the end of the day, most of them will not be your clients, right? And I just have to find my people. So
that's
I
it.
don't post for them. I post for potential people that will vibe with me and they would understand my vision. So if you're not one of them, you're free to scroll further, but I will
That's
still post my silly little thing, you know?
that's it. That's exactly it. Oh, we've had such an amazing chat. I love chatting with you. So as we start to wind down this episode, what is one thing you want to leave with the listeners? What's one thing you feel like, of everything you've said, I want to make sure that I hone in on this point?
So my only one thing that I want to leave people with, it's the fact that they just have to try.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be perfect, but they have to try. They have to be there to
Mm.
show their work to the world, and eventually someone will catch the opportunity and they will say, okay, you do a great job. And that will boost their mood to do more and more and more. And like this, you
Mm.
build a community, you build a business.
That's
You don't
it.
have to be perfect from the beginning. So
It doesn't have to be perfect from the beginning. That is spot on. I just want to thank you so much.
thank you so
Honestly,
much for having me.
I
It was
think this was
amazing.
awesome chat. I learned a little bit as well because I think sometimes we don't have enough conversations as women that are meaningful enough to understand how to lead best. And even that what you kept saying, and even at the end when you said, just try.
Yeah.
And when you said earlier, trust yourself. My word, listen, you know how much people out here trusting other people and not trusting themselves. So I am super happy that you said that because I don't think we have enough belief in our abilities, in our own mindset, in the way in which we do things, even our skill. I don't think we believe enough
You
to
know,
take action.
we are born and we die by ourselves. We don't have anyone to
Mm,
sustain us, you know. Yes, we have people that are coming along with our journey, but we are alone in the beginning, and in
that's
the
it.
end, we are alone as well. And I think that's the most important thing that we should not forget that if I don't love myself, if I don't trust myself,
Right.
I cannot expect from people around me
To do the
uh,
same. Yeah.
to do the same, to have,
Yeah.
you know, faith in me. So
Yeah.
I need, first of all, to have faith in me, to be there for me, to love myself, and this will show
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
outside of me.
Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank
Thank you
you so
so
much
much
for
for the chat.
inviting me here. It was
You
really,
are
really
most
nice.
welcome. You are most welcome. It has been a pleasure. If anyone wants to have someone help to develop their luxury brand and marketing campaign or marketing of their business or some idea you have stored away in that little brain of yours, but you're not quite sure how to get it out there, You need to speak to my girl. So until next time, thank you so much. Maybe we should catch up again at some point soon, just to check in maybe a year or two. How is everything going? What we have going on? What is new? So until then, we will talk very soon. But until the listeners, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Now, if this episode spoke to you, share it. Don't keep it a secret. Don't gatekeep. Send it to that woman who you know needs to hear. You are not alone. And your leadership still matters. I'll repeat that. You are not alone. And your leadership matters. And wherever you listen, please subscribe to the LeadHer Shift podcast, or head on over to our website, theleadhershift.com, to connect with us there. This movement is about more than just leadership. It's about building something better. I'd love to hear your story, because your voice matters, you know. Because the world is ready for your authority. The question is, are you?